How can I track if my ads are actually working? Welcome to day 18 of question and answer series on Meta Ad. And today we are going to be answering this simple question that I got from a student of mine that just got my course. And she's asking, how can she track if her ads are actually working? So to answer this question, it's very important that we understand metrics because there's what we call metrics in Facebook ads and Instagram ads. That's what I wrote here: CTR, CPC, CPM, and ROAS. Now, these are metrics that you need to understand as an advertiser, and you need to check them for you to be able to track your ads properly. So, first of all, we need to ask why tracking matters. Now, you need to understand that running ads without tracking is equals to burning money. If you are running your ad and you're not tracking, you are burning your money because you don't, whether you're profitable or not, you don't know. So you're wasting money, you're only giving Facebook money. So don't run ad without tracking your ad. So key point that you need to get from this is that ads can actually look busy but still not be working. Yes, that's the truth. A ad can be giving you likes, comments, reach, and does not equals to profiting. So as a smart business owner, you don't just run ads like another advertiser. You run ads like a business person. Are you actually profiting from this ad that you are running from? So that's why you need tracking. Tracking will help you, do those. That's why I wrote here. I said tracking tells you what is working, what to fix, and what to scale. So if you track properly, if you track your metric properly, you know what is working for you. You know what to fix if it's not working, and you know what to scale if it is working. So if you don't track, you optimize blindly. You optimize blindly. And you know that how a business grow is by scaling, by optimizing what is working. So if you don't know what is working, you'll not be able to, scale. And the way you know what is working is by tracking properly. So the next slide, what we have is I want to explain those metrics because it's those metrics that will help you to track properly. So CTR. Now CTR means click through rate. Click click through rate. Now this what this means is the percentage of people who click after seeing your ads. Because there's difference between someone seeing your ad and someone clicking through your ad, right? So if they see it and they don't click, it does not benefit you, right? You need people to click your ad. So if you're having high CTR, then that means that your ad is catching people attention. But if you have low CTR, that means you have a weak creative. Your creatives are your videos, your copy, your flyers, your headlines. Those are your creatives. And so if people are not clicking through it, that means that your creative is weak. Your hook, maybe your hook in the video that you are using is not strong enough, or the messaging you are passing through your advert is not strong enough. So high CTR is very good. So you need to know if your CTR is high, is a pointer that your ad is doing well. So for benchmark rough guide, if your CTR is below 1%, then it is weak. If your CTR is 1 or 2%, then it is average. But if it is 2% and up 2% plus, then your CTR is strong. Now, how do you check this? Now, let's move to ad manager. Now, this is an ad that I'm running. This is an ad I'm running presently. You can see that is active, right? So, and we have generated 2000 plus leads, right? So let's just check the CTR if this CTR is good. So if you just click on the ad, then you can now click on performance and click. So if you click on performance and click, then if you now scroll, we're going to see different matrices here, right? So CTR, we're looking for CTR. Now this is CTR, right? Click through rate. Now my CTR for this ad is 3.7%. 3.7%. That is high, right? You can look at this. This one is 9.5. This one is 9.04. You can see that is high. You can see that that's why the CPC is low. The CPC is low, right? Now we are going to get to CPC. Now look at this 7.7, 3.70. That is high. So that means that this ad is doing well, right? The CTR is good. So that's a pointer for us to know that our creative is doing well. The ad we are running is relevant to our audience, right? So it's very, very important that you check your CTR. If your CTR is below 1%, you are not doing well. If it's 1 to 2, you are doing well averagely. But if it's 2% strong, if it's 2% plus, then it's strong, right? So that's the first one, very important. The second one is CPC. Now CPC is cost per click. How much is Facebook charging you per click? When people click on your ad, how much are they charging you? Now, for what I showed you the other time, for the ad that I'm running that I've generated 2000 plus, our CPC is look at this, 23 naira, 23 naira, which is very low, right? Which is very low. Although we have another one that is cost per lead coming. Okay, that's if I click on this now, I click on chat. Now, this is per lead. The amount Facebook is charging me per lead is 147 naira. That is, now who is a lead? A lead is someone that have come to my, because it's possible for someone to click your ad but not get to you. Do you get it? It's possible for someone to click your ad and not get to you. But for those that get to me, Facebook is charging me 147, right? But for people that click the ad, Facebook is charging me 23. That means that a lot of people are clicking the ad, but not all of them are joining my group, right? Which is still very good. So look at this. Now, if now your CPC is influenced by your CTR, click through rate, and it's also influenced by competition and creative quality. Now, if you have high competition in your niche, you might be having high CPC, right? Because a lot of people are in that um industry, right? Now, creative quality. Creative quality is how quality is your creative, how engaging is it, how cool is it. Now, if it is cool enough, you're going to have low CPC, right? Now look at this, low CPC. So high CPC happens if your CTR is not high enough, your competition is high, and um your creative quality is also low. If this is low, this is high, and this is high, and this is low, your CPC is going to be high. But if this is high, this is low, and this is high, your CPC is going to be low. Now CPM is the cost per 1000 impression. How expensive your market is. High CPM is not equals bad ad. Know that. High CPM is not equal bad ad. Low CPM also does not equals profitable ad. Now, CPC tells you efficiency, while CPM tells you about your market competitiveness. Now, let's see mine. CPM. Looking at CPM. Remember, CPM talk about your industry. CPM. Now look at this. CPM, cost per 1000 impression, 861. This is quite high. But look at this one is higher, and this one is higher. Why? Because there's a lot of people in this competition. Now, this ad is about crypto, it's about gift card and all of that. A lot of people are in this industry, right? And that's why it's very high. But this is still okay, right? So the fact that you have high CPM does not necessarily mean that your ad is not doing well. It just means that there's a lot of competition in your niche, right? So that's the third metric you must look at for. Then this one is very important. How OAS, return on advert spend. Is the ad making you money? If the ad is not making you money, then every other metrics does not matter, right? Because whenever you run ad, you are paying to Facebook. So you need to be profitable. You are not a Father Christmas, right? So return on ad spend. Now, revenue divided by ad spend is what how you calculate your return on ad spend. Example, if you spend 50,000 naira and you made 2,000 naira, if you divide two and you made 200,000 naira, if you divide 200,000 naira from 50, if you divide 50 from 200,000 naira, you get 4, right? You get 4. So return on investment is 4 times. 4 times Do you get it? 4 times this. So that means that you are making 4 times your ad spend, which is very good, right? So if your return on ad spend is less than one, you are in a loss. If your return on investment is 2 to 3, it's still okay. If your return on investment is 4, then it is very strong. Now look at this again. Remember this ad now, we have spent, let me see, we have spent over 300,000 naira on this ad now, and we have gotten 2,000 plus lead. If my customer is not getting times 3 or times 2 of these that she has spent, then this ad is not doing well. But for you to know that this ad is doing well, you can see that this ad has been on since December 10. So that's almost a month. And my customer is still pouring money on it. That's because this ad is giving her times 2 or times 3 of what she's spending. So always calculate your return on ad spend. If it is not, now return on ad spend is the final truth metrics for sales campaign. To get it. Although this is a lead campaign, this is a lead campaign, right? So if you are not getting returns on your ad spend, then there's something wrong with your ad. It might be your follow-up, actually. It might be your follow-up, might be how you are pitching your product, right? It's very important you check that. So how metric works together. Now it's very important that you combine metrics together to make a decision. Now ICTR plus low return on investment, the problem is usually landing page. That means that, remember, ICTR is that a lot of people are clicking the ad. Now if a lot of people are clicking the ad and you're not getting sales, like you should guess it, you're not getting times 2 or times 3 of your ad spend, then that means that there's an issue, not with the ad now, there's an issue with your delivery. Your delivery can be your lead form, your landing page, or your pitching or your follow-up, right? So you need to know that. So that means that the ad is not the problem, but you, the delivery of your what you are whatever you are pitching is the problem, right? No, now low CTR plus low CPC. Low CTR is not, a lot of people are not clicking the ad. A lot of people are not clicking the ad, but you're having low cost per click. Now that means that you're having cheap clicks. It's cheap clicks but poor quality, because if they are not, if the leads are not poor, they should be clicking your ad more. So low CTR already shows you that this ad is not resonating with a lot of people. But people are not resonating with your ad and you are still having low cost per click. That shows you already that those leads are poor leads, might not get money from them, right? So high CPM plus high return on investment means that you are in an expensive market but profitable. Market like cryptos, market like real estate, right? Remember, ICPM is talking about the amount Facebook charging you per 1,000 impression. And ICE return on ad spend is that you are making your money. That shows that you are in an expensive market, but you are making money from your ad. So always read your metrics as a group, not in isolation. Don't just use one metrics to judge the entirety of your ad, to judge the success of your ad. No, always join them together to judge that, right? So lastly, why okay, lastly, this is a mistake here. I want to write conclusion. So conclusion, how to track the ad, how to track ad the smart way. Define your goal before launching. What is the goal of the ad? Is it leads you want? Is it sales you want? Is it messaging? Now, once you define your goal, you know the kind of metrics that you want to check the more, right? So track trend over 3 to 7 days, not one day. Don't use one day to judge the success of the ad. No, give it time. Three, if you're not patient enough, 3 days is okay for you to be able to track the ad. Optimize in this order: creative first, traffic cost, and conversion result. Your CTR, your CPC, and your return on ad spend. This is how you should, track. This is what you should first check. Then you not check this. Then you check this. Right? So scale only when results are consistent. Scale only when results are consistent. If it's not consistent, don't scale. Why? Because data tell a story. Learn to read them. So as an advertiser, always read your metrics, especially those ones that I've shown you: the CTR, the CPC, and the return on ad spend. Those are what you should primarily look at for. Do you get it? So I believe you have learned something in this video. Now, before you go, I want to talk about my community again. Now, the attention room. Now, the purpose of this community is to help 10,000 business owners and online entrepreneurs to capture the right attention for their business and product. Because if you don't have the attention of people, your product cannot be sold, your business cannot grow. So, in this community, you'll be learning the art of capturing quality attention to your business and product, right? And by that, you are sure of sales, you are sure of influence, you are sure of virality of your business and of your product. Now, this community is very free. It's very free. The link is going to be put in the description below. Ensure that you click on it and join this community, and I'm sure you are going to know that it's the right decision for your business, right? So I believe you have learned something in this video. If yes, kindly subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share to people that you know that this video are going to bless, right? That's how you support me. We are in day 18. We have about 12 days to go. See you in the next one.